Will then went on a profane tirade warning Chris not to mention his wife's name. Jada couldn't believe what she was hearing.
What is going on? Now, first of all, I'm really shocked because, mind you, I'm not there. We haven't called each other husband and wife in a long time. I'm like, what is going on right
keep
now?
My wife's name
out of your mouth, right? And I'm like, but now I'm really worried for Will because I don't know what's going on.
What viewers did not see at the time, while Oscar clips were being shown, was Chris Rock leaning over the stage to talk to Jada.
And Chris looks to me and he says, Jada, I meant no harm.
It seems like Will and Jada might not even have the energy to keep their troubled marriage going anymore. Rumor has it that Jada just announced they are getting a divorce, and people are reacting with, finally, because there's only so much you can handle in a toxic marriage before reaching your breaking point. But what exactly led them to finally end their relationship? Could it be linked to the ongoing rumors about Will Smith's alleged secret life? It's still shocking how Will and Jada went from being one of Hollywood's most adored couples, with everyone envious of their love, to the subject of ridicule and exhaustion from their constant drama. Not long ago, they were seen as the epitome of lasting love in a ruthless industry. But once the entanglement scandal broke in 2020, everything changed. Their carefully crafted image as a couple was shattered, and the public never saw them in the same light again. The whole entanglement situation caused a lot of turmoil, especially for Will, as people couldn't believe he just let another man be with his wife, even going so far as to give his blessing for it to happen.
I actually sat down with Will and had a conversation due to the transformation from their marriage to life partnership that they've spoken on several times, and it, not involving romanticism. He gave me his blessing, and I totally gave myself to that relationship for years of my life.
Despite the drama, Will and Jada stood by their relationship and made it clear that they were committed to staying together for the long haul. However, even though they tried to portray that they were working on their marriage, a lot had transpired since then that only fueled public curiosity about their unconventional partnership. In 2023, Jada took the bold step of releasing a book that spilled the beans on their relationship, revealing that it had been on shaky ground from the very start. Will had already opened up about issues of infidelity and tension in their marriage in his 2021 memoir, but Jada's book truly shook things up. She dropped bombshell after bombshell, revealing that, in reality, they had been separated, for all practical purposes, since 2016. According to Jada, they were living completely different lives by that point. Despite the growing unhappiness in the relationship, Jada shared that one of the main reasons she never left was because of a promise she had made to Will before their wedding: there would never be a reason for divorce. Separation? Sure. But divorce? Never. This was the same promise that led to their decision to marry without a prenup and to choose a partnership over a traditional marriage. They had built a powerful brand together, and their status as a couple was so strong that they didn't see the need to tear it all down. But here's where things got complicated. While Jada was open about their separation and the fact that they had been involved with other people romantically, it became apparent that Will didn't quite get the memo. It was as if he was still clinging to the idea that their marriage was intact and that there was still something to fight for. Then, just before Jada's book hit the shelves, Will found himself embroiled in what could easily be considered the biggest scandal of his career, when he slapped Chris Rock on stage at the 2022 Oscars after Chris made a joke about Jada's shaved head. When people replayed the event, it was clear that Will was initially fine with the joke. But when he saw Jada's reaction and realized that she wasn't amused, he stormed up to the stage and demanded that Chris keep his wife's name out of his mouth. The aftermath was swift and intense. Will faced widespread backlash, losing out on movie roles, brand partnerships, and was even forced to release a public apology to begin the long process of rebuilding his image. But when Jada's book came out, she distanced herself from Will's actions entirely. She made it clear that the slap incident had nothing to do with her and essentially separated herself from the fallout. Fans were left shocked, as it seemed like Jada was content to let her husband take all the heat for the public spectacle while she remained removed from the situation. This turn of events added more fuel to the fire of public speculation about the state of their marriage. Fans who were already questioning their relationship dynamics were now even more confused by the discrepancies between what Jada was saying in her book and what Will had been portraying in the public eye. The timing of these events seemed too coincidental, and it left people wondering whether their entire partnership had been a facade, held together more by public image than by genuine connection. Jada's book may have answered some questions, but it certainly opened up many more, leaving the public to sift through the contradictions and figure out what the real story was behind Will and Jada's decades-long relationship.
It was like, I can't force Will to do anything.
And you and Will weren't together.
We weren't together as, we were family. I was there with him as family, but we weren't together at that time.
That left a bad taste in people's mouths. It's one thing to disagree with his actions in private, but for Jada to not even attempt to publicly back Will and show him the same support he had shown her, it made the internet realize that Will was essentially fighting this battle on his own. Jada had completely checked out of their relationship. Meanwhile, Will continued to show up for her, making it clear he was committed to being by her side for the rest of his life. However, since then, the couple has rarely been seen together unless it's for family-related events. Will recently dropped a new album and was spotted performing on the streets of London, almost like he was on tour. He even shared a very steamy moment with singer India Martinez on stage, with everyone watching. The chemistry between them was undeniable. And there are even photos showing India backstage, appearing to jump into Will's arms, seemingly forgetting he's still married. The two have been making waves on social media, and it looks like they've spent a lot of time together. It's almost as if Will is doing everything but focusing on fixing the troubled marriage he's been dragging along with Jada. Word on the street is that Will has been so busy because, honestly, there's nothing left to salvage at home. It seems like he's reached a point where he's given up trying to work things out, realizing that his efforts might be in vain. Will has been pursuing his career with vigor, making new music, and even creating new connections, while Jada is nowhere to be found in his new adventures. The rumors are growing that Will is moving on, but not in the way we expected. It's almost as if he's trying to reinvent himself outside of his marriage, leaving the past behind and choosing to focus on the future instead. And despite all of this, the public is left wondering where Jada stands in this whole mess. Will's actions speak volumes, but it's clear that Jada is content to let him carry the weight of their relationship while she remains distant, focusing on her own endeavors. The breakdown in their marriage is now evident to everyone watching, and with each passing day, it seems less likely that they'll ever return to the couple they once were. It's as if the marriage that so many admired has slowly deteriorated, leaving behind nothing but the remnants of what was once a dream partnership.
The PR of it all, the life partnership is not working. He has a woman that he's in love with, and she is not Black. And he is now talking to lawyers. The issue, and so he is setting up to divorce Jada.
Since Jada's entanglement with August Alsina became widely known, Will has been subjected to intense scrutiny, and his reputation as an actor and his career have been severely tested. He's endured a significant amount of public humiliation, and people no longer view him as the guy who has everything under control.
Dear Will Smith, someone has to say it. Jada don't want you no more. You know, when she bought the farm in Maryland and she decided that that was going to be her thing, you should have left her right here in the good state of Maryland. Let me tell you why. I think Jada married Will because obviously he was like a great catch, right? It's Will Smith. He's on the precipice of being this major superstar. He accomplishes all of those things. And I think she was pressured from family and friends and outside influences. I don't think it's what Jada wanted to do. Jada is not happy with herself. I think now that she's promoting her book Worthy and she's getting more in depth about her relationship with Tupac, that was platonic. But at one point, he did ask her to marry him. She turned him down. So then he friend-zoned her. I think that's one of the biggest regrets of her life. And so Will is paying for all of that because Jada picks her second choice. Or, you know what I'm saying? Like, he's the consolation prize. Like, oh, okay, I'll take Will.
Despite all the public criticism, Will's career and brand have managed to stay mostly intact. Jada hasn't contributed much, if anything, to help sustain Will's image, at least not in the public eye. In fact, one could argue that their entire marriage has caused the most harm to his reputation. Some sources suggest that Will has come to the realization that he may not need his marriage to work out as much as he once thought, and has actually found more happiness outside of it than within.
And so I'm gonna be honest with you. I am extremely happy that Will is finally waking up and seeing this for who she is.
Rumor has it that the way Will has been acting lately, particularly the kiss he shared with India, has been the final straw for Jada. And since there's no prenup, it's likely going to be an incredibly messy divorce. However, one thing everyone seems to agree on is that this split has been a long time in the making. I'll keep saying it. Will Smith and Jada Pinkett represent what happens when you settle. Just because you're liked doesn't guarantee success. You both need to love each other with the same intensity. Will seems the happiest he's been in years. He just needs to clean up his life, file for divorce, and move on. If they do get divorced, it could very well be the best thing for both of them, allowing them to finally break free from each other. Their kids are grown now, after all. Do you think Will and Jada will actually go through with the divorce? Let me know in the comments, and don't forget to like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, Betties.